I'll never forget that night. The candles on my birthday cake flickered softly as everyone sang, their faces glowing with warmth. My best friend, Lily, stood beside me, her arm wrapped around my shoulder. And right across the table, my boyfriend, Adam, smiled. That charming, confident smile that once made me fall in love. But what happened next shattered everything. When I leaned forward to blow out my candles, I heard a small gasp followed by the sound of someone kneeling. I turned around just in time to see Adam drop to one knee. My heart raced, my hands trembled, but not because I was excited, because the ring box in his hand wasn't pointed at me, it was pointed at her, at my best friend. The room fell silent, my breath caught in my throat, and as everyone froze in disbelief, I smiled. Not because I was okay, but because Adam had no idea what was coming next. Before I tell you what happened after that shocking moment, make sure to hit subscribe, like, and comment below to join our growing community at Love and Lies, where real stories of heartbreak, healing, and hope remind us that love isn't always what it seems, but kindness always wins in the end. I met Adam 3 years ago in college. He was the kind of guy everyone noticed. Confident, funny, the type who could charm a room without even trying. I was quieter, more focused on my studies, and maybe that's what drew him to me. He said I made him feel grounded. We started dating, and at first, everything felt perfect. He'd surprise me with coffee during exams, walk me home in the rain, and talk about our future like it was written in the stars. I was in love, the kind that makes you forget the world outside your little bubble. And Lily, she was my person, my best friend since middle school, the one who knew all my secrets, my fears, my dreams. We'd been through everything together, heartbreaks, failures, laughter, late-night talks. I trusted her with my life. When she first met Adam, I was thrilled. I wanted my favorite people to get along, and they did, maybe too well. At first, it was small things. Inside jokes I didn't understand. Texts from Adam saying he'd already told Lily about it. The way they'd look at each other and laugh during group dinners. But I told myself I was overthinking. I believed in them, in both of them. Until a few weeks before my birthday, I found a message on Adam's phone. Not a romantic one, not yet, but something about meeting Lily to talk privately. When I asked him, he said it was about planning a special surprise for me. And I wanted to believe him. I wanted so badly to believe that the man I loved and the friend I trusted could never betray me. So I smiled and pretended everything was fine. But inside, something cracked. The night of my birthday, I wore the red dress Adam once said was his favorite. The whole restaurant was filled with laughter, candles, and the smell of roses. Adam looked nervous but happy. Lily couldn't stop smiling. And when he knelt down holding that ring, I realized my heart wasn't breaking anymore. It was waking up. He looked up at her, his voice trembling, and said, "Lily, I can't keep pretending. You're the one I want to spend my life with." Gasps filled the room. My mom dropped her fork. Someone whispered my name. Lily's face turned white. She looked at me, then back at him. "Adam," she whispered, "what are you doing?" And then, she ran out of the restaurant. Adam looked stunned. Like this wasn't the reaction he expected. He turned to me, his mouth opening, maybe to apologize, maybe to explain. But I didn't let him speak. I smiled, calm, collected, and I said you should go after her. Because his fate was already sealed. That night I went home alone. I turned off my phone, deleted our pictures, and cried until morning. But my tears weren't for losing him. They were for losing her. The one person I thought would never hurt me. Days passed, people talked. Some blamed Adam, some blamed Lily. I stayed silent. Then, one morning, Lily showed up at my apartment. Her eyes were swollen, her hands shaking. She told me she didn't know about the proposal. That Adam had been messaging her for weeks, saying I was distant, that our relationship was falling apart, and that he'd fallen in love with her. She said she blocked him, told him to stop, but he didn't listen. And then she cried, saying, "I swear I never wanted this." In that moment I realized something. I could choose to stay angry, to let the betrayal define me, or I could choose kindness, not for them, but for me. I told her I believed her, because deep down I did. She wasn't perfect, but neither was I. We both trusted the wrong person, and that wasn't our fault. A week later, Adam texted me, a long apology, blaming confusion, emotions, mistakes. He said he missed me, that he wanted to start fresh. I didn't reply. Instead, I sent him a single message: thank you. You taught me that love built on lies never lasts. But I've learned something stronger. Love built on kindness does. Then I blocked him for good. Months passed, and life slowly found its rhythm again. Lily and I took time to rebuild our friendship, brick by fragile brick. It wasn't easy. Trust takes time. But kindness, real kindness, heals what anger can't. I started volunteering at a local shelter, something I'd always wanted to do. One day, while serving food, I met an elderly woman who smiled and said, "People may lie to you, dear, but kindness never does." Those words stuck with me, because I realized that my story wasn't about betrayal anymore. It was about rediscovering myself through compassion. It was about choosing to love people, even when the world gives you every reason not to. Sometimes love doesn't come from the ones who promise you forever. Sometimes it comes from strangers who show up in small ways: a warm meal, a kind word, a gentle smile. And sometimes it comes from yourself, when you finally forgive, move forward, and let go. Almost a year later, I got an invitation in the mail. Adam was getting married, not to Lily, to someone else. I looked at the fancy card, the gold letters spelling out his new life, and for the first time I didn't feel pain. I just felt peace. Because I had built a life I was proud of. One that wasn't defined by who loved me or left me, but by how I chose to love others despite it all. On the day of his wedding, I didn't send flowers or a message. I just took a long walk by the lake, the same place Adam and I used to go when things were good. I sat on the bench, watching the sun dip below the water, and smiled. Not because I had won, but because I had finally learned what love truly meant. Love isn't about possession or promises. It's about truth. It's about choosing kindness when it's hardest to give. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you loved, remember this: their lies say more about them than about you. Don't let their actions steal your light, because kindness isn't weakness, it's strength. It's what turns pain into wisdom, betrayal into growth, and endings into beautiful new beginnings. That night, when Adam proposed to my best friend, I thought my world had ended. But now, I know it was just beginning. So if you're listening to this right now, wondering if you'll ever heal, you will. One small act of kindness at a time. Thank you for watching this story on Love and Lies. If it touched your heart, please like, comment, and subscribe for more emotional, true-to-life stories that remind us that even when love fades, kindness always stays. And remember, no matter how dark the lie, love always finds a way to shine through.